right, we've got a couple of weeks left in December. Let's talk about goals. Goals is a word that gets thrown around all the time. You know, we are supposed to make them, we are supposed to, hit them. People are always asking where we're at on our goals. And to be honest, I think goals is something that a lot of us do, but we don't actually make the actions so that those goals are achieved. So it's something that we put out to the universe of this is what we want, and then we kind of leave it there. And we hope that just, magically they happen. So to give you just kind of a side story personally, my son came to me the other day and said he wanted to eat healthier. He is in sports, he's, in high school, all of these things. He's like, I really want to get in better shape and I want to eat healthier. And I was like, that sounds phenomenal. And then he walked away. I was like, wait a minute. So you want to do this, but that's where you left it. That's not how goals are set or hit. So by saying it just made him feel better, and he was gonna go on about his day, making the same choices he's been making without a plan in place. So I sat him down and I said, hey, what if we thought about goals as more of a destination? So instead of this, big thing out there that we're just gonna put out there, we're actually gonna think of it like a destination. So when we wanna go somewhere, we have our starting point and we have where we wanna end up. And then we typically plug it into a little, GPS or Waze or whatever it is you use. And it gives us like 15 different routes on how to get there and how much time it's gonna take, all that fun stuff. So when I was talking to him, I said, what if we thought of it like that? What if we said, okay, here's where we are. This is where we're currently eating or exercising or wherever you're at. And this is where you wanna be. Now, what we have to do is figure out how are we gonna get from point A to point B? What are the different ways? And we have to be really strategic about it and really honest about it. So we have to write down our current habits, what we are currently doing, good or bad. Then we have to write down what are some successful ways to get there. So I made him list out all of the food he likes to eat, all of these things, because sometimes even with goals, we set them, we're really motivated, we go hardcore for a couple of weeks and then we stop because it's not sustainable. We fall off the wagon, so to speak. So, I was trying to tell him it's really balanced. It's saying, okay, I am going to acknowledge obstacles that are going to be on the way. So we set our destination. We've got several ways to get there. But now we need to take a step back and say, okay, what is going to jump in our way? Because there's going to be detours. There's going to be, dead ends. There's going to be car crashes along the way, flat tires, whatever. And the way that we can hit our goal or reach our destination is by acknowledging these things that are going to potentially stand in our way. Now, we can't make a plan for everything, but we can, try to have a backup for some of the pretty realistic. So again, using the example of my son, he likes junk food. He's a teenage boy. He wants to drink pop and Gatorade and eat bags of chips and all of the things that teenagers like to do. But he doesn't like the result. He doesn't like that it makes him break out in acne. He doesn't like that he doesn't perform as well or he doesn't feel as well. But we have to acknowledge that these are his cravings, because if we just take everything away and we say, okay, you can only eat these things, he is eventually going to get too hungry and not be able to make a good choice, or he's not going to plan ahead. He's going to have a game or something come up that he forgot about that he now doesn't have the time to pack this healthy lunch. Or he's simply just going to give in to the cravings because they're really, really strong. So when we were talking about his goals and destinations, it's acknowledging those things. It's saying you're going to feel this way. So what can we do that's going to help minimize that? How are we going to plan so that you have these things in place so that when these detours arise, you know a way around them, or you know how to change that flat tire? And for him, it clicked. So I kind of hope it does for you too. When we're going into the new year, think about destinations. Where do you want to be? But along with that, think about where you are. Where are you right now? What are you currently doing? What are your current habits, good and bad? And what are your current obstacles? Then think, I want to be here, however big or small that may be. And sometimes we might do a big yearly. I encourage you to backtrack it. So if you have a big goal, again, when we're going on a trip, we have this destination, but there's gas stops along the way that we have to refuel. So I want you to think of that. How can I back this up into some smaller little goals and how am I going to get there? What habits do I need to change? What things are gonna pop up? What is the best route for me? And how can I plan for some things to happen that might derail me? Because really hitting those goals is being realistic, being very, very actionable, and making sure that you kind of got these contingency plans in place. So when you're going into goals, definitely think of those things. And like always, if you guys need any help, let me know. Thank you.